A night in Gibeah, the cry of a broken covenant. Judges 19. In the days before Israel had a king, when tribes wandered by their own wisdom, and the law of the Lord was forgotten by many, there lived a Levite, a man set apart for the service of God. He resided far in the hill country of Ephraim, a place of quiet fields and scattered towns. But trouble stirred in his household. His concubine, a woman from Bethlehem in Judah, had been unfaithful. Some say it was rebellion, others say it was sorrow. But whatever her reason, she left her master's house and returned to her father's home. 4 long months passed. Then the Levite's heart softened. He journeyed to Bethlehem to speak tenderly to her to win her back. Her father welcomed him with joy, offering food and wine. Day after day, the father delayed the Levite's departure, urging, "Stay another night, eat, drink, rest." But on the 5th day, as the sun began its descent in the sky, the Levite insisted, "We must go." He took his concubine, his servant, and 2 donkeys, and set out on the road, traveling north toward Ephraim. Night began to fall. As they approached Gibeah, which would one day be called Jerusalem, the servant said, "Let's stop here." But the Levite shook his head. "No, this is not an Israelite city. We'll not stay with foreigners. We'll press on to Gibeah of the tribe of Benjamin." So they did. They reached Gibeah as darkness cloaked the land, but no one welcomed them. They sat in the open square, exposed, vulnerable. In ancient Israel, hospitality was sacred. To turn a stranger away was to dishonor God himself. Yet the people of Gibeah passed them by. Finally, an old man from the fields, not a Benjamite but a sojourner from the same hill country as the Levite, saw them. "Peace be with you," he said. "Come. Do not spend the night in the square. My home is humble, but you are welcome." They went with him, grateful. But as they settled in, shadows gathered at the door. The men of the city, wicked and perverse, encircled the house. They banged on the door with fists and rage, shouting to the old man, "Bring out the man who came to your house. We want to know him." The word "know" meant to violate, to shame, to dominate. It was not a request. It was a threat. The old man trembled. "No, my brothers, do not do this vile thing. He is a guest under my roof. Do not bring such disgrace." Desperate, he even offered his virgin daughter and the Levite's concubine to satisfy their fury. But the crowd would not listen. In the silence that followed, a moment forever echoing in shame, the Levite seized his concubine and pushed her out to them, and the door shut behind her. She cried. She screamed. The night was long. The men of Gibeah abused her, mocked her, and cast her aside. As dawn broke over the blood-stained stones, she dragged herself to the threshold of the house. Her hands reached for the door, and there she collapsed. When the Levite opened the door in the morning, he found her lying there, silent, still, her hands upon the doorstep. "Get up. Let's go," he said. But she did not answer. He lifted her body onto the donkey and journeyed home. But the silence weighed heavier than any burden. When he reached Ephraim, rage and sorrow overtook him. He took a knife, and in a cry of justice or madness, he cut her body into 12 pieces, sending one to each tribe of Israel. A gruesome message, a call to remember what had been lost. Not just a woman, but the soul of the nation. And when the tribes received the pieces, They were horrified. Never before had such a thing been done in Israel. They gathered united and said, "Speak. Tell us how this happened." And so began a civil war against the tribe of Benjamin, a reckoning for the sins committed that night in Gibeah. This is not a tale of heroes. It is a tale of what happens when God's covenant is broken, when hospitality turns to horror, and when silence speaks of deep moral decay. It's a story that forces Israel to confront itself, to see what they had become without a king, without righteousness, without mercy. And it leaves us with a haunting echo. In those days there was no king in Israel. Everyone did what was right in his own eyes. Thanks for watching.